hydrosphere. Now we understood about the lithosphere side when we said that, whatever is the part of Earth which is occupied by land is known as lithosphere. When I talk about hydrosphere, what I mean is whatever is the part of Earth which is actually covered by water in the form of oceans, okay, that is known as hydrosphere. Now it is interesting that if you talk about the part of the Earth which is covered by water, it is actually 71%, and the balance 29% is what is covered by land. So this part of Earth which is covered by water is known as hydrosphere. So if I actually show you the map of the Earth, which is something like this, all this blue portion that you see, which is not a part of this normal land bank, if I may call it, or landmass, all this blue portion, it is nothing but hydrosphere. Now hydrosphere itself would comprise of several things. It would comprise of ocean, right? It would comprise of vapors which are there in the atmosphere, and even the one which is covered as a part of rivers. But predominantly around 97% of the total water on Earth is found in oceans, and because it is too salty, it is unfit for human use. Even out of the remaining 3% that you see, a good part of it is available as ice, okay, or glaciers which are there, or it is underground, and only some part of it is actually available as fresh water which we use for drinking purposes in our homes. Now talking about some of the key oceans which are there are predominantly 4 key oceans which exist. And if I talk about them, these are basically your Pacific Ocean, it's the Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Now if you try and look at it on the map, this is where the Atlantic Ocean is. So if you see this is South Atlantic Ocean, this is the North Atlantic Ocean. You have the Pacific Ocean, South Pacific Ocean over here, and the North Pacific Ocean on this side. Then you have the Indian Ocean, which is over here. And the Arctic Ocean basically is on this side. Just see the hand tool which is going around. Now at the ocean level also, the water is not stagnant. The water is moving. And the movement which happens in the ocean can again be of 3 types. It can be waves, something which you would normally see if you go to near the ocean. Not in the ocean, I'm talking about near the ocean. And then you have what is called the tides. There's a high tide and the low tide. And then there could be currents. Right? Amongst these oceans, if I talk in terms of about size, Pacific Ocean is actually the largest, whereas the Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean. Indian Ocean basically is named after the country India, and it actually is only ocean which is named after a country. Right? While these are more in terms of region, this is named after a country. And the best thing is, all these 4 oceans, and actually all the oceans on the Earth, are connected to each other. Right? So basically we spoke about hydrosphere, which is nothing but the part of the Earth which is covered by water, which happens to be 71%. Right? Out of the 71%, it could be divided into oceans, vapors, and rivers. Oceans themselves are around 97% of the total water on Earth, but because it is salty, it cannot be used by humans. Again, the oceans, the key 4 oceans which we have are Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, and Arctic Ocean. I hope you had a good time understanding these videos. Thank you for being with us today.